Welcome everybody. This will be a two-part video. Part one is remote ponds deep in the woods, but full disclosure, we get skunked in part one. But it's a cool adventure, so I made a video anyway. And then part two, we do not get skunked. If you want to skip ahead to part two, that one starts at the 32-minute mark. Here's part one. We're headed into the woods. We're going to check out a new pond. We're out in the woods. I'm going to park my car here at this pond, and then I'm going to load up the canoe on the wheels. Go a mile into the woods this way. There's a road, but I'm way too far in the woods to be taking chances with the Volvo. So I'm going to use the canoe wheels, and that'll bring us to our first pond, and we're going to cross the first pond, fish on the way across, and then hopefully find a portage trail to the second pond, which is our destination pond. And hopefully catch some trout or maybe some splake. They put splake in the second pond, so that will be the goal. Well, I'm gonna get my canoe loaded up and start to head in. It's about 5 o'clock. My goal would be just to get to the first pond tonight, set my tent. Yeah, so let's get going. Look at these snakes. See them? I see two. There's one right there. And then there's another one right there. I think I'm ready to go. I got the canoe loaded up. I'm gonna do one final check. I like to do a checklist just so it wouldn't be the end of the world, but I'm going a mile in, so I don't want to have to walk a mile back if I forgot something. But yeah, so far I think I do have everything. I got my tent, cooler, all the good fishing gear. I'm pretty excited. This is going to be a nice adventure. Are you guys ready to go? All right, we're ready to go. Look at this. It's like perfectly balanced. This is like going through the airport with a piece of luggage. I could go way more than a mile like this. All right, so we're going on this main big logging road just for a 1/10 of a mile. Here's our turn. Nice. Well, I'm glad I didn't try to drive up here, because I mean, it's not terrible, but there's a lot of stuff like this. Well, I did it. I put bug spray on for the first time this year. The mosquitoes are terrible. We're in bear country, that's for sure. Oh, I saw a moose on my last trip, and I kind of got a shot of it, but I forgot to put it in my video, so I'll show you now. Well, we got our first moose on the channel. We're more than halfway there. Got another puddle in the road. I think I'm gonna have to get my shoes wet. All right, we made it to the end of the road, and there is, in fact, a trail. This is a short distance to the water, and I think I'll carry everything. Well, actually, let me walk a little ways and see, because I don't need the wheels after this. No, I think I can take the wheels right up this trail. If the trail gets bad, I'll just stop and carry everything. Nice. I'm just gonna go check out the outlet real quick. Just a little trickle. This is the outlet to both of our ponds that we're visiting. Yeah, I'm anxious to get in there, so let's continue on through this woods trail. All right, we've come to the pond. This is the outlet cove. The trail keeps going. I think there's probably a reason for it. You might not be able to get out here. There might be too many rocks. We're gonna go take a look, see if it's navigable. Wow, look at all that pollen. Yeah, I think I'm gonna keep walking. Wow, this water's clear. This is like the dead water sludgy part. Look how clear it is. Well, that's our first pond out there. I'm gonna continue down the trail. While we're here, I wanted to make a correction for my last video. We found some of these in the woods, and I said I heard they were endangered, but when I got home I looked it up, and this kind here is not endangered. There is a kind that is endangered in this state, and it didn't even look familiar. I don't think I've ever seen one. But these white ones and these pink ones are actually the same plant, just sometimes they're different colors, but they're not the endangered one. The endangered one looks different, it's shaped different, it has like purple and white, I think. But anyways, there's the, hopefully no more corrections. Here we are. We're at our first pond. Nice and calm. So I have no idea how deep this pond is. I do have a survey for the next pond, but for today we're just gonna get our canoe loaded up and canoe across and fish and look for a campsite. Let's get out there before we miss the prime time. I already did this, but I'm just telling you guys in case you're going to a bunch of ponds too. When you go to a pond like this, you definitely don't want to bring invasive plant species in. So what I do when I leave and it's on my car, I look at the bottom of the canoe, and the places I look are in the keel here, and there's 3 of them, and then on the fishing gear, this is probably the biggest fender, right there on the hook, but also on the swivels. And I just check everything, make sure there's no plants, and then also the oars. The oars are the other ones. And then when I'm fishing, I'm very careful not to, when I take weeds off, I throw them outside of the canoe. I don't let them land in the canoe. There's some moose scat. I did see a lot of moose tracks on the when I was getting the canoe in here. There's a Gatorade. We'll clean that up when we leave. We're collecting trash, and with the cans, we're gonna get $3 worth. They're 5 cents each ball deposit, and we're gonna get, I already have $3 worth actually. I have 2 trash bags full of just cans I picked up while I'm canoeing, and we're gonna take our $3 and buy a $3 crossword lottery ticket, which has local place names on it, and whichever place name we get is where we're gonna go catch a trout. Each ticket has different names on it, so that'll be later this month. Probably my next video, but we'll see. All right, we got pretty much everything. I'm just gonna stash my canoe wheels in the woods up here. I don't think anyone's gonna take them, but I'll just get them out of the way anyway. And then we just gotta bring that down to the water and we'll be ready to go. I heard a big branch break, which probably is a moose, but this is the prime time, so I can't, as much as I want to go get a picture of a moose, we gotta go onto the canoe. But maybe we'll see one from the canoe. They're a lot easier to photograph from the canoe anyway. Alright, we're off. So yeah, I haven't seen a survey, so we'll have to conduct our own survey here. So far it's very shallow, probably 2 feet deep. I really just want to get across, and you saw on the drone video. I'll play the drone video now. And if you take a look, there's like a just a little stretch of land in between the 2 ponds, and I'm hoping to camp on that land. That way I don't have to carry all my gear over into the other pond. And I hope there'll be a campsite there. There. Like a charm. There's the barred owl. We hear him on every trip. I can't see the bottom anymore, so it's actually pretty deep. Why don't I drop this to see how far down it goes? That might be the bottom right there. Yeah. Okay, it's really not that deep. Less than 20. Alright, I gotta go and scout before it gets dark, so we're gonna go do that now. Alright, we've crossed the first pond, and this does look like a trail, as I suspected, but I guess I should get out and check it out first. We launched from way over there, under that complete opposite side. If you listen, you can hear the inlet to this pond, which is the outlet to the pond that we're headed to next. Alright, I'm gonna get out here and walk ahead and see what kind of trail we get. Alright, we've come ashore. As you can see, there is a trail, and I'm gonna have to carry my stuff all this way, so I'm just gonna scout it, and I'll be also looking for a campsite. Maybe at the other side there'll be a campsite. Alright, we made it. This is our deep pond. It wasn't too bad, but it's also not going to be a walk in the park. So I'm going to put my tent up. Wow, there's a lot of boats. There's always boats. There's boats everywhere. I can put my tent up. I don't know, maybe back up in here. Maybe we'll find someplace flat. Well, it's plenty mossy, that's for sure. Well, I'm not sure exactly, but we'll find a spot. In the meantime, I'm going to run back and grab my gear and not step in this hole, which I did the first time. Alright, the clock is ticking. The sun is setting. I'm going to get all this gear over to pond 162. And I'm going to do it fast, so next time you see me, I'll have all the gear over there. Right. We got everything over to the second pond, and I can't resist but to go out here real quick, so that's what we're going to do. we won't have much time because it's gonna be dark soon. See you out there. All right, we are off. Oh, this is nice. Nobody out here, just us. All right, let's fish. We got about 25 minutes. We're gonna camp. Oh, we're gonna camp where I launched the canoe, even though it's not ideal, and we'll have all day tomorrow to scout out a better campsite. I'll turn this camera back on when we get a bite. Other than that, next time you'll see me is when I'm bringing the canoe back. All right, we're back to shore, and I've got the new ponic spore tied up here to a root. Oh, look, a little minnow. Maybe I should try to catch some minnows. See him down there? We're going after splake, so a minnow I think would be a great bait. But anyways, let's go set up the tent. It looks like it's all squished in here, but I think that'll actually be comfortable. There's like a little nook there. But yeah, let me get in and lie down and test it out. Yep, I think it's gonna be pretty comfortable. The ground is so mossy. I think this will be fine. All right, I'm gonna go. What do I gotta do next? Oh, put the fly on, grab some food, bring the sleeping bag and all that in here, and I'm just gonna go straight to bed because I want to get up early and have a good chance at catching a trout. I'm a little bit concerned because I didn't see a single big fish rise, and I also didn't get a bite, but we didn't really have that much time out there so far. I'll see you guys in the morning. Good morning. Look at this. Beautiful morning. Nice and calm for now. We'll see how long that lasts. I'm just gonna make some coffee. Get all my stuff to make coffee here. And then we're gonna head out right away and fish for a couple hours. Then we're gonna switch to looking for a campsite. Because, you know, this one works, but it's not ideal. Let's make some coffee. Let's see, how are we doing? We're getting there. Yep, I see a lot of these minnows. They get the black line right down their side, which I think they're called dance, but I'm not sure. In the middle of the night, there's an owl right above the tent. A barred owl. He did his normal call there. He was like right up here somewhere. He did it 3 times and then he moved along. And then I heard another different kind of owl. I think it was an owl that I'm not familiar with. Good coffee. All right, I'm gonna head out. I'm gonna leave my tent set up while we're out there because I will camp here again tonight if I can't find a better campsite. The only way I'm moving is if we find like a real nice campsite, because this one actually isn't terrible. But yeah, let's head out there. We'll do some new pond exploring. That's the outlet there. All right, I'm gonna go out. It gets deep fast. It's like 60 feet right up here, so I'm gonna go right out there and drop a worm down and the spoon, cast the spoon. Oh, there's fish. There's a spike falling. Right here. That was a nice spike. All right, we're on the edge of where it's shallow and where it's deep. That plane just took off from the neighboring lake. I still can't see bottom. I'm 30 feet from shore. Oh, there's a trout falling in. That was a nice trout. All right, I'm back on shore, and I'm just gonna go look at the outlet here to see if it looks like there might be any good trout fishing to be had in the outlet. I'm definitely seeing some creek chubs. As always, we see the beavers, evidence of the beavers. I'm back in the tent, and the plan now is to find the smallest hook I have, which I think might be this one. I'm gonna rig this up on a leader, and then we'll go try to see if we can catch any minnows. We're gonna throw this, try to catch minnow. Well, I got one. He's back in the canoe water from the leaky canoe in the back there. And I'm gonna try to get a few more. It's time for our midday coffee. It's almost 3 o'clock, mid-afternoon coffee. I filled the tea kettle up and dumped it on the ground here. And then I filled it up again with pond water. I'm gonna use pond water for my coffee. And I filled it all the way up, so it's gonna take a while to boil because I'm gonna drink the rest as drinking water. We get it boiling, but since it's pond water, I'm gonna let it go for a little while. All done. The water boiled for 8 minutes, which I think is alright for pond water. And I got a cup of coffee. Pineapple slices. I bring these on every trip. It's just refreshing to have when you're way out in the woods. And you can drink the juice. I'm gonna eat these and then head back out there until it gets dark, and man, I hope we catch one. Okay, I'm going back out just to where it gets deep. I'm gonna drop one of these minnows down. We got a minnow. I'm just gonna drop this down. Well, we're out here on New Pond 162. been pretty slow. I've seen 3 trout, but they didn't even bite the lure. They just were following. They were all about 12 inches. So right now I'm out in the deepest part of the whole pond. And I got the spoon on this side and I have minnow over here. And we're just gonna wait here for half an hour, then we'll try something new. We're back at the boat launch. It's 9:30 and I have not caught a trout on this trip. Or any fish. Except for the minnows. Man, I'm gonna give it one more go tomorrow. Oh man, I really hope we catch one tomorrow. I'm gonna go to bed right now so I can get up early. Now that this water that I boiled earlier is cooled, I'm gonna add it to my jug because I'm getting low on drinking water. Good morning. It's 4 o'clock. Man, about half an hour ago, something big was right here next to the tent. It was either 1 moose or 2 something else. It went crashing off, whatever it was. We'll look for tracks after it gets laid out. But, oh man, it's my last chance. I gotta go back out there and catch a trout. So I'm gonna get up, I'm gonna skip coffee. And I'm going right out into New Pond 162. We're off. I wonder if we'll see any tracks. It was large, whatever it was. It broke large branches. When it walked up, that's what woke me up. It's cracking roots and whatnot. Got one. Nice. Alright, we're leaving skunked. Well, I'm headed out. Skunked. I only had that 1 trout on the line. I saw 3 other trout though, but they only stole the worm. They didn't actually get hooked. So I'm just gonna pack up my tent. But before I do, I wanted to see if I could see any tracks, because something came right up to, oh yeah, look, it's a moose. See, he came right to here, and then it woke me up, and then I yelled at him, and I heard him barging off through the woods. But yeah, I think these are moose tracks. See that one there? It made quite a racket. It woke me up. Yeah, I think a moose. Alright, well I'm going to put my tent away and start bringing stuff over to the first pond. Farewell to New Pond 162. Beautiful pond. I struggled though. I saw 3 brook trout and they were only 12 inches wild, and I had 1 on the line about the same size, 13 max. I'm gonna have to come back to this one. I have to go home today, but when I come back I'll schedule it so that if I don't catch fish I can keep staying until I do. Anyways, I'm headed to the first pond. I'll get everything loaded up and back over at the other pond. Here's the first pond. There's a beaver right there, he went under. We'll drop the fly thing down right out in the middle for one last chance. Beautiful day. All right, we're ready to go. He's waving. I gave him a wave first. He's waving back. That other one didn't wave though. Kind of rude. We've launched, and it's actually still the prime time because it's only a little after 8. So I'll fish for a little bit right in the middle where I can't see the bottom. My bailer's packed away, so I can't spend too much time out here. So I'll sink. All right, we got everything unloaded back at the wheels, and I just got to bring the canoe over to the canoe wheels, and we'll be on the road again. We got the canoe wheels all loaded up. We're ready to go. We got 1.25 miles, something like that, to the car. We're back. Let's hope it starts. She started up. No flat tires. We're ready to head down the logging road. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Welcome. Look at this. This will be new pond 163. You can't actually see the pond. The pond's under this road and then up that way. But I'll walk over there so you can see. Actually, no, I'm gonna fly the drone. All right, let's get the canoe unloaded and I'll see you on the water. All right, we're off. That's good. We gotta stay cool out here. So this pond has rainbow trout, brown trout, brook trout, both bass, crappie, both perch, and lake trout. Alright, we got a dragonfly. Barely alive. He's gonna be bait. We've made it out into the lake. We've come all the way through the thoroughfare. And this is the trout zone, right out here. I don't have to go too far out there. Let's head straight out there. I'm hoping to catch a few trout today to make up for the first part of this video where we didn't catch any. We're consulting the depth map. I gotta go a little bit further. We can toss this out behind us now. Alright, this is where we want to be. Oh, one just jumped right in front of us. Oh, wow. Oh, that's a nice fish. That was probably a big rainbow. We got one on the goat minnow. Nice. fish. He's way down at the bottom. This could be a lake trout. That's a rainbow. We got him. Nice. Very nice. Finally, a trout. Let's get an official measurement. 15 and a half. Nice. Beautiful fish. We're gonna keep it. I got the cooler with me and ice, so might as well. This pond is so developed. I'm not sure that there's any woods. I think there's a cabin on every square inch. So I'll probably clean it in the canoe here. And we caught that on the gulp minnow. That's what we caught him on. I think rainbow trout are delicious. Alright. Well, I don't see any minnows. Just insects. That sounds like an osprey. Oh yeah. Oh, there's an osprey and an eagle. Our trout is cleaned. I'm gonna put him in the cooler here. And stay nice and cold and fresh. Nice. Now I can finally make a video. It's been a while. I caught a nice brown at the river. Image quality of the video, he was silhouetted, so it was terrible. You couldn't see anything. Oh, go. Nice. Beautiful fish. Nice brown. That's probably a 16. Beautiful fish. I'm gonna put him back. There he goes. So I didn't even bother making a video, but that was a nice trip. I camped out near a cemetery in the woods on the river. We're kind of like on the outskirts of a cemetery. Good morning. I probably shouldn't have been listening to Coast to Coast AM reruns at this particular campsite, but that's alright. We did okay. And then I also caught a small rainbow, but nothing, I don't even know how big it was. And then of course we got skunked at the last ponds, which you've seen. Oh, we going. Nice. This one was on bottom also. Nice fish. We're gonna see him soon here. Wow. Oh wow. Big one. Big rainbow. Wow. Wow. Nice. Look at this. Oh wow. This thing's bigger than I thought. 19 inches. Beautiful fish. Well, that's the bag limit on rainbows. So I'm gonna stop fishing on the bottom. I'll show you the eagle because he's got a good view of us. I can find him. Oh, there he is. He's watching us. Is his mouth open? He's shocked by how big this trout is. Look. So I'm gonna clean the fish here. Empty stomach again. "19 inches. Oh, I'll put that in the cooler. Alright, I'm headed out. Feels strange leaving during the prime time. And I could stay, I could try to catch brown. Could catch more fish and release. But there's 3 of these ponds, so I'm just gonna come back. This is like a chain of ponds. We'll do all 3. We're coming up to the bridge. Well, we're headed out. Got the new Pond Explorer loaded up. I'd call that a success. We got 2 rainbows, one 16 and one 19. And it's just now the prime time, so we're leaving early. Thanks for watching. See you next time.